I'm always looking for new and creative and inexpensive ways to transport and store painted miniatures, and I've been magnetizing a lot of miniatures lately because that's the best way to store them for protection wise. This is a lot better than foam, but one of my YouTube commenters suggested a brownie tray for transporting miniatures, and it was an excellent idea. So I went to Walmart and picked this up for $13. So this is a brownie or casserole tray or cake tray. I don't know exactly what it's for, but cooking. And it's made of steel, so the miniatures stick to it. If you do pick up one of these, make sure you get a steel one, not aluminum, because aluminum is not ferrous, meaning magnets won't stick. So it's got all the miniatures in there, and it comes with a handy dandy lid. You just lock in place and carry your miniatures to your game store. Now I did modify this one slightly. Actually, on the bottom I put some just simple felt pads so it doesn't slide around. And the smooth Teflon coating on the inside was causing the miniatures to slide around just a little bit, and so I scrubbed that off with some steel wool, and then I put some black gaffers tape on the inside just so it has a bit of grip and the miniatures don't slide around. And I have a selection of War Games factory plastics and Gripping Beast metal figures in here, and as you can see, they are not falling out whatsoever. I even made a little storage box for dice and counters. So this was a really good idea, and I really like this. This is a perfect solution for small armies, and it's very tall, so if you even have, you know, war jacks or something like that, you can easily fit in there, because that's easily 4 inches tall. I like this so much I even got another one for my bolt action army. However, that one is filling up quite rapidly, so rather than get a third one, I decided to do a little creative cutting. So what I did is I came up with this, because the idea of this deep top tray that I did not need for standard, you know, human-sized figures, there's so much height here, I wanted to utilize the top. So I thought, you know, wouldn't it be great if I could put miniatures on the top as well? And that's what I did, and I came up with this. Ta-da! We now have a dual-sided miniature transportation tray. And let me go break this down about how I did this. So, went to the Home Depot, and first thing I got was this sheet of sheet steel, or I don't know if it's roofing tile or roofing shingle. Anyway, it's made of steel. You find it in the roofing section, so miniatures definitely stick to it. And it fits just about perfectly in the top of the tray. The edges do have to be trimmed down, so I got, if I could find it, I got some tin snips, or I guess nowadays they're called aviation snips, just to cut the steel, and this cuts through it like butter. This was around $13. However, I realized later I really didn't need these, because all you have to do is just take off a little bit of the edge, and rather than doing that, you can just take some pliers and just bend it back, or bend it back and forth until it falls off or something like that. So you don't necessarily have to go out and spend $13 if you want to do something similar to this. And so there's that. The other issue is that this tray has these bulges on the top that go down, so which means that this doesn't fit perfectly flush. I could have cut out this, or what I did instead is I simply cut out the plastic bulges, so then this thing would fit flush. And that's why you need to trim off the edges slightly, because once this is fitting flush, this tray doesn't quite fit, so you just need to trim a little bit off the edges. And let's go to the other tray here, the finished product. So I've covered the whole thing with that same black gaffer's tape that I put in the bottom. just to make it look pretty. And to attach it to the top, I just drilled holes and put screws, because I really didn't want to use glue, because I don't trust glue, especially when it's on smooth metal against this soft plastic. It's really hard to put glue on. So it is very secure. And to cover up the holes, I could have just used tape, but actually I cut another piece of small shingle, and then I put that on top here and covered the whole thing with tape. So the top is now magnetized as well, in case for some reason I want to just put a few miniatures on there, or maybe store a tank or what have you. But so we got steel on the top and steel on the bottom. So as long as you're not using any super high miniatures, we now have double layer miniature storage. And just make sure that none of the miniatures stand taller than the lip, which should be fine for most miniatures. You put it on there, boom, carry it around. You know, we're not going anywhere, nothing's falling. Of course, I will not store metal miniatures on the top. I think it would probably work, but I think plastic, you know, is a safer bet. So essentially, I have just doubled the storage of this little tray, and very cost effectively. These tin sheets, the big ones were like $1. These are like 60 cents. I picked up some extras. Again, the tin snips, $13, but they're not absolutely necessary. I plan on working a lot more with this stuff in magnets, so I am glad I picked them up though. And brownie tray itself, about $13 as well. And then some tape. You can just use duct tape is fine. I just use this stuff because I have easy access to it, and kind of looks pretty. I like my stuff to look pretty. But yeah, whoever gave me that comment for the brownie tray, excellent idea. I just took it and ran with it because I love building stuff, and when I can build stuff for miniatures, hey, that's twice as much fun. So there you go, your compact magnetized miniature storage box, double layer. And yeah, go ahead and build one yourself. It's very easy to do.